Good morning, YouTube. It's been a while. This is my first video. I was thinking about what I'm going to talk about. And, well, I posted another video about day in the life of a vacuum truck driver. It was like my first video. It was meant for Facebook. I tried editing it out. Still learning how to edit. Just wanted to share to y'all about the company that I work for. Hired on with them recently. Y'all probably heard of them. Y'all probably seen the trucks out there on the road. They got a lot of the OTR, dry van, reefer. It's called Western Flyer Express. Not Western Express. Western Flyer Express. I've looked it up, checked out the reviews on it. Couldn't really find much information on the area where I wanted to go to at. So I actually had a friend that worked for them, and I got some information about the pay, equipment, home time, what to expect out here. Well, Western Flyer Express also has a energy division, and they haul frac sand. They pull pneumatic trailers. Work Louisiana, East Texas, South Texas, North Texas, Oklahoma, West Texas, pretty much all New Mexico. So far, I've been with them for about, what is today? Today is the 9th. So I've been with them probably about a week, a little over a week now. And orientation, when I spoke to the recruiter, her name was Jennifer, very helpful. She explained to me what was going to happen from day one of orientation, gave me information on the motel that we're going to be staying at, the drug screen clinic, what's going to happen. Pretty much, you'll call the recruiter, you'll tell them it's a 3-day orientation. Well, actually like 2.5, well, 3 days roughly. Depends on, could be 4 days, depends on how fast it takes to get your drug screen back. First day, well, you get there, say if you're on they got orientation Monday to Wednesday, and then Wednesday to Friday. Well, Monday, you'll show up Sunday afternoon. They got the motel already set up for you, rental car if you need rental car. You'll show up, and you'll check in, and they call you like every day, like 3 days to the time that you're supposed to be there, to make sure that nothing's changed, that you're still going to show up. We'll call it, they email you a planetary of what's going to happen for them 3 days and what you're going to need. You're going to need your DOT physical, your long form, a voided check or a piece of paper from the bank, document or something talking about direct deposit, your driver's license, social security number, just anything that you usually use to get a job. Excuse me. You'll next morning, the guy that does the training, his name is Carlos. He show up about 7:30, 7:45, something like that, and he'll start taking down our information and find out if we need to take a fit test, which you got to have a fit test. You got to be clean shaven. After that, you can grow a goatee, whatever. Some people grow a beard. Just, it's on your preference on whether you want that mask concealed or not when you're over dealing with the frac sand. They'll set you up, go ahead and give you the instructions on where the drug screen clinic's at. You'll go there, you'll do your drug screen. It's a urine sample. Then they'll do the fit test. I believe that's all I had to do was the urine and the fit test. Once that was done, we'll usually get back to the office probably right before lunch, and then when we get there, they'll usually have lunch ready for us. So once we get there, we'll start going over forms, filling out necessary paperwork for the company, and then they'll start doing driving tests. Driving tests ain't hard. Gotta know how to drive an 18 speed. Ain't no automatics over here. 18 speed, long nose peaks, nice equipment. 2019, 2020, they just got some 21s in there. Yeah, I know I'm saying a lot. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I don't have nothing written down. But 18 speeds, they'll start you out. They'll drive. They'll take you down the road, take you on the feeder, get up on the highway real quick, go down a few miles, turn around or U-turn, or not U-turn, but underpass, make a loop around, come back to the yard, and then what you do is when you get to the yard, you'll have to do a driver's side back in like you would at a truck stop. They want to see. That's what the backing in is for mainly, is to see when you're at a truck stop, to see if you can be able to back in on a driver's side in like in a 45. So they have a chained off area with cones that represents a wall. So if your front of your truck or your side of your truck, whatever hits that, you're automatically failed. On the driving part, they want you to shift through your gears, split your gears also, to see if you actually can comprehend how to drive an 18 speed. Go back in. Once you back in all the way, you'll set your parking brake. You can stop, get out, look at what you need to do to make sure you got to adjust the left, adjust the right, what you got to do to make sure you're not going to hit nothing, because he's not going to stop you until you're at a near miss. And if I'm not mistaken, I think you get 2 near misses or 3 near misses, and then if you're still having a hard time trying to back in, like if you're trying to pull up to recorrect yourself and then back in, you're doing the same exact thing over and over again, and you're still not comprehending how to fix the situation, he's going to go ahead and stop you and fail you. Let's see. After that, you'll go up to class. They're going to start teaching you the do's and don'ts. No U-turns at all. They said that's one of their biggest no-nos. No U-turns. No sleeping on the side of the highways, like the off-ramp, stuff like that. That's what they said. That's what I got PC for. That way, if you do happen to be running out of time, but they say it's pretty much that if you know you're not going to be able to make it, or you're not going to, or you don't have the time, don't even attempt it. Even though you might be able to squeeze it in there, you don't know what the road conditions is going to be like. You don't know if an accident's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to break down. I mean, well, not break down, but break down. That's going to happen at any given time point. You just don't know when. But the accident, though, if you know if you're trying to deliver another load, trying to make that money, which I know you're trying to make money, but if you're trying to make that extra $100, $150, $180 load, and you're trying to beat your clock, sometimes you might be stuck out there at the well. And, well, that's not always good, because usually half the time they don't have a facility out there. They might have one, but it's probably ragged out, stinks. If you don't have no cell phone service, so that's going to be another downside to it. And you're out in the middle of nowhere, and you're going, so. But back to the orientation part, they're going to, once you get done with the driving test, hang on, my mouth's dry. Like I said, this is my first YouTube video. I'm learning as I go. I've been looking on my phone, on YouTube itself, trying to find out how you edit stuff, and they want you to download apps and all this right here for thumbnails or some sort. I don't even know what the hell. A thumbnail's a thumbnail. I didn't know what the heck that was even called. So I was like, what? But now, once you get done with your driving test, you'll go in. They'll start getting more deeper into the package of the paperwork part. Start doing your W4 form, or W2 forms, or W4 forms. Start getting your bank account information for direct deposit. It is paid weekly. The only downside to it is it'll be about 2 weeks before you get your first check, because they pay a week, like a week and a half behind. I don't know how that is, but it's a week and a half behind. So my first check will be coming up Wednesday. You're paid every Wednesday. You do get per diem. Per diem is like, I want to say it's $66 a day. So you get like an extra $462 on your check. Well, it's not extra. How they explained the per diem is that whatever you make, say if you make $1,400 gross, okay, they'll take that $462 out of that $1,400, and then whatever's left, they'll tax that, and then they'll put that $462 back into that whatever was just taxed. So it's kind of like a tax break. It's not really like per diem per se. Let's see here. You get $100 cash advance. You get one a week. But they did say to watch out for though is if you get a cash advance, say you leave orientation, you're getting ready to head out and you go stop and you get fuel. As long as you get 50 gallons, and they want you to use Flying Pilot and Flying J damn near all the time. That's where they get their biggest discounts. They can override your card to where you can use like a mom and pop store or something like that. Depends on where you're working at, the locations, but most of the time, if it's available to you, Pilot, Flying J. Now, if you have to go like 50, 60 miles out the way to get fuel, you'll just call them, know what's going on. They'll be like, okay, go ahead, yeah. You go to Love's or TA or Petro. So get your fuel cards from all the fuel stops. Preferably Love's and Pilot, because every now and then, at least if there's not a Pilot around, you got at least a Love's around somewheres. Let's see. Your cash advance. Be careful about that, because your cash advance comes out of your paycheck, and if you don't know how your pay period falls, or you take it out too soon, you could have 2 cash advances coming out of your check. So what I do is I usually just wait and I see how my week's going. If I'm making money and everything, that's my goal. Is I want to try, if I can make at least $1,000 bring home a week, that would be good for me and my family, because that's anywhere from say about $4,000 a month, and if I make more, that's better. There's guys out here that says that they've made $1,200-$1,300 bring home, which he says is possible. It's all up to you if you want to run. The work's out here. Like I said, I've been out here for a little over a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and so far it's been pretty decent. Been pretty busy. Had a couple of days where had a set for like 4 or 5 hours. One day we had a set for like 6 hours. Different customers we work for pay to merge. Some of them don't. Well, apparently the one I'm with right now, the customer that we're working for, they don't pay to merge, so it kind of sucks. You gotta be willing to download apps they have an app called McCloud. You got to download it. That's Western Flyers. Well, I call it WFX Energy. That's how I do mine. That way they ain't getting it all sideways. WFX Energy. They have McCloud, and that's how you get your loads, your load number, stuff like that, your PO number, pickup, destination, so on and so forth. And then different customers that they're working for, they have their own app, like Automatize. That's what I'm currently running right now, is Automatize. You got to put in your email, make up a password, remember your password, because you might go to a different job that doesn't require Automatize, so you don't have to use it. But then again, down the road, you might come across another customer that uses it. Let's see. Oh, they start you out at pay at 30%. That's 30% of what the truck makes. So that's really not bad. Depends on the rate of the sand, and depends on, there's two different types of ways they pay. They have flat rate, which is you can carry 47.5, 48,000 and still have the same pay. Right now, I'm getting paid by the ton, and the ton that right now that I'm working for, they're paying $19.65 a ton. So if I can get at least 24 tons minimum, as I believe like 100, it's, I can't remember what it was. It's like $400 and something, but it's not good, but you're making like $140, $142 a load. So if you get 2-3 loads, if you get 3 loads, you're making, I want to say $400 something. That's not too bad. It just depends on how long it takes you to do it. There's guys out here that said they've made $500-600 a day, just depending on what the loads pay and how far away the shipper is from the well, and the wait time. So that's the next thing. The equipment, I'm currently in a 2019 Peterbilt, 389, 18 speed. Got all the bells and whistles. Got the light package, chicken lights, power windows, mirrors, adjustable driver and passenger seat. Got touchscreen navigation, touchscreen radio. Got ELDs. They got forward-facing cameras, and they do have the optional driver-facing cameras. They said that it's not on, but I'm not really worried about it, because they want to see me pick my nose or whatever, I'll pick my nose. Let's see. The equipment's nice for the most part, because other drivers have driven them. So you don't know what the other drivers are going to be like, their lifestyle, their integrity of how they want to keep their truck clean. I'll probably do a truck tour on a different video. So far I'm like almost 19 minutes in. I wasn't trying to make it this long of a video. I was just trying to give you a, we'll call it, a look at what, if you're might be interested in finding a company that you're wanting to get into. You got to have at least, I believe it's a year or two for the driving experience. If you don't have pneumatic experience, it's they prefer it, but it's not required. They'll send you out with a trainer, and a trainer will show you how to give you the fundamentals of how to operate the pneumatic trailer, how to blow off, stuff like that, build your pressure up. After about, I think, 4 or 5 loads, you'll go solo by yourself. I got experience, so I had to go with a trainer for 2 loads, and then I was cut loose. Excuse me. Let's see here. What was I gonna say? Oh, currently I'm in Greenwood, Louisiana. That's where I'm working at right now. Working over here. Been picking up out of Bossier City, going down up over there outside of Mansfield, over there at Pelican, Louisiana. And this new well that we're about to kick off is supposed to kick off around noon today, if not 5 o'clock this evening. I was down for my 24, and I've been off duty now 20, 29, almost 30 hours. So not good, but I get to catch up on sleep, did my laundry, get to relax, because I know once we do start, it's going to be rocking and rolling. Be prepared to work crazy hours. You have no set time on work schedule. You can work anywhere, because we do have that line 5 exemption, so you can actually work for like 19-20 hours. But it's up to the driver if he feels confident enough he wants to continue to work. Because there was one day I did 2 loads this past week. I did 2 loads. It took me 15 hours to get 2 loads. That was when I went to go pick up my first load, and they told us that something had broke on the well, so we had to wait at the truck stops. Well, that was like a 5.5 hour wait. So because we sat there for like 5.5 hours. After that, they gave us a phone call, said go to the staging pad. Went to the staging pad. We're there for another 3 hours. Well, after 3 hours waiting there, they finally got us in, got into the well. I think we were there for another couple hours at the well. Oh, no, take that back. They got us in and they got us out. Turned around, hauled, butt back to the shipper, got another load. And you can get 3 loads over here, but you're gonna work. I mean, you're gonna stay up for a while. You're gonna work hours. Let's see here. You're gonna need a CB. A lot of these places, loadouts, whales, a lot of their corresponding is through a CB. You don't have a CB, you're gonna be stuck a lot. So just down right here real quick. Oh yeah, right now I'm at the Flying J over here off of 20. I believe it's exit 3 in Louisiana, right here by the state line. The shipping facility is like 45 minutes away. There is like those relay stations around here, which they're fine, but if I want to go down for a 24, I try to find a truck stop that we can actually use and has a washer and dryer, showers, decent. It's got a restaurant. That way, when you're down, you can get you something to eat. But now I'm still new to driving. I'm still a rookie. I've had my license for almost 3 years. Started out working the pipeline and driving a 1-ton, pulling like a 28-foot little low boy, hauling skidsters around and stuff like that for the pipeline. After I did that for about close to a year, I finally got myself into driving a flatbed in the pipeline. Hauled pipe, fall off, which if y'all don't know what fall off is, it's equipment that goes to like a dozer, the blades, what else? Just anything that a pipeline can put on a flatbed that can't be carried or transported on a low boy, or a low boy trailer for a pickup truck, you're going to be carrying it most likely. Then I did some work with directional drills. Started learning how to run a vacuum truck, end dump, then a step deck, then I got into this right here, and it's same concept as a vacuum. You got your valves you got to mess with. Sorry about that. I gotta have a cigarette. Trying to keep myself from sounding and looking like a dumbass. Let's see. But yeah, if you know the fundamentals of a vacuum, learning a pneumatic is about the same thing. Only thing is difference with a pneumatic is there's no vacuum. It's just all pressure. So once you learn the valves, how to do what, it's really self-explanatory. Right now we're actually doing bottom drops with the pneumatic, which is pretty darn cool. They have a cap at the bottom on a T. The T goes down and it tees off. There's a cap underneath it. We took that cap off, and all we got to do is basically they fill us from the top, and then we pull up over like some type of grate system that has a conveyor belt, and they open up our valve and it just bottom drops. So actually pretty cool. It's kind of laid back, kind of like a damn sandbox, but you're in a sand can, a pneumatic trailer. Let's see here. But yeah, they pay you every week on Wednesdays. I should be getting my first paycheck this coming up Wednesday. Your first paycheck ain't going to be that big. That's start with any job, any truck and company job. I believe it's only a few days on there. I was only able to get a couple loads on there with my trainer before the pay cycle. Pay cycle starts on a Saturday morning at 12:01 a.m. and then pay period stops Friday at midnight. So that's how it works. The work schedule is you stay out 14 and you're home for 4 days, or you stay out 21 and I think it's 5 or 6 days. I'm not for sure. Don't quote me on that. You can stay out longer, which I plan on staying out longer. That way I can try to take advantage of the work that is coming up. The weld that we're supposed to be, I think there's like 1 or 2 welds over here that I think that's supposed to be that's coming up starting today or this evening. It's supposed to last a couple months. So I'm going to try to take advantage of it. Usually if I do stay out, I'll probably stay out maybe a month, try to make my money's worth. And I don't know if I can take off a whole 5 or 6 days, because when you're home for that amount of time, you're going to basically have a week with no check. So since I know the pay cycle, I figure just take a weekend off, have a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That way you're taking off at the end of the work cycle, you're taking off at the first day of the work cycle, and the second day of the work cycle. That way you have at least Monday to Friday to come back on and get loads. And then you have, when you're getting ready to go home, you got Saturday through Thursday, because Thursday will be your travel day, because you have to drive back to the yard, which the yard's in Midlothian, Texas. There's sometimes you can actually drive the truck home. Depends on where you're working out of and how far your home is. About let my cigarette go out. But if you're close to the yard or whatever, working West Texas, Oklahoma, stuff like that, North Texas, well, it depends on where you live at. I live in deep East Texas, so like where I'm at right now, it's kind of a 50-50 chance if I go home, will I be able to take my truck to the house, or will I gotta take my truck to the yard? Because it's pretty much about this. I'm probably 30 minutes further away from my house from here than I am from the yard. But I'm like 4 hours and 30 minutes, 4:15, 4:30 from my house to the yard. So I don't know if they would let me drive my truck home. You got to have a secured area to be able to park the truck. Can't park at that truck stop and then go to the house. Can't do that. It's got to be in a secured area, which I could drive the truck onto my property. Let's see. You're assigned a truck. There ain't no slip seating. You're assigned a trailer. As long as that trailer doesn't break down or something goes wrong with it that it's going to need major repairs. I got the Mac trailer. There's Southern trailers and Mac trailers. I got the Mac trailer because it's lighter. You can carry more. That way, if you're having to work like I am right now, getting paid by the ton, you can carry more product and you get paid a little bit more. So, let's see here. Oh, sleep. If you're having to go and wait, and they tell you that the well's down, you're at the staging pad or whatever, if you know it's going to be a couple hours or whatever, lay down, take about 30-minute nap, hour nap, whatever. Turn your CB up. That way you can be able to hear. There's, like I said, the sand coordinator that's at the staging pad. Sometimes will call you on the radio. If not, he'll go over there and knock on your door, knock on your front door, your sleeper, get you up. Take advantage of the sleep while you can, because you don't know how your day's going to turn out. Each day is different. But there is money to be made out here. A lot of drivers said that they did OTR. They said they make more money here than they did OTR, because for them to make $600 sometimes, they would have to try to to make $600, that's not even their part of it. Like a lot of OTR drivers, they get paid mileage, and I think the average mileage right now going, if I'm not, from looking at all the videos, I think it's like right at 50 cents a mile, maybe between 45 and 50 cents a mile. And I'd rather work for percentage. I don't know, it sounds better, because let's see, because let's see here, if I'm over here hauling loads, I can make $500 in a day when it takes them maybe 2 days, depends on what they're hauling. Let's see. But so far, everybody at the company, at the yard in Midlothian, open door policy. Going there, tell them that you gotta speak to the guy that's over it, the director over it. His name's Jeremiah. Good guy. The safety guy there is Neil. He's also a good guy. He'll cut up and joke around with you, but when it comes down to business, he's gonna do business before joking around. Got any type of safety questions, ask him. He's real knowledgeable about it. A lot of dispatchers, they're real nice. I mean, you talk to them, and your dispatchers, you'll find out who they are. They got a schedule. You'll find out what weeks they're working, what nights they're working, stuff like that, and have a good communication and good work relationship with your dispatchers, and it's all gravy there. I mean, like I said, so far I haven't had no complaints. Still new, 2 weeks into it, almost 2 weeks. Let's see. trying to think of what else. I'm already 35 minutes into the video. But yeah, so far it's not a bad company. You do get paid by the load, so that's the next thing. That's kind of a downside to it. If you're having to sit for so long, or you sit for a day, you're not making no money. So it's kind of good to be in an area that there's work to be done, and you know you're going to get loads in. And depending on where you're at and how far the well is from the shipper, you can get anywhere from 2, 3, even 6 loads a day. And like I was talking to a driver that he was down there in South Texas working over there in Senio, and he was getting, I want to say, 4 to 5 loads a day, if not 6. They were paying $100 a load to the driver. I said, hell, that's not bad at all. And he says it's like a 55-mile turnaround. That's like not very far at all from where they're going to. He says every now and then they had to drive up to San Antonio to get a load, which they paid a little bit more, but I think you can get, I think he said you can get 2, 3 pushing it. And the lease roads that you're going on do the speed limit. I've seen drivers on this lease road that I've been driving at right now. They flying up and down this road, and I mean, there's potholes that would damage a car, like bottom out, and these guys are driving through these potholes, and I'm thinking, I'm just waiting for a U-boat to break, or a tie rod to snap, or something, because some of these drivers are flying down these roads. Yeah, the speed limit might say 20 miles an hour, but sometimes you got to use common sense. The truck might not be yours, but it is assigned to you. That's how you make your money. And if you tear it up, you're going to be sitting, and you could possibly be charged for the damage of it if you knew that the road is that bad and you're driving that reckless down that road. That's not good, because then you're going to have to pay for the damage of the truck, trailer, whatever. Then you're going to be down on money wise, because you're having to wait and get the truck fixed, and you might get into another truck, and then you got to transfer all your stuff over. So, but just use common sense while you're out here. I mean, like I said, I'm one of them type of drivers that if I don't know the area, I might do the speed limit. Depends on where I'm at. If I'm not used to that road, I might not even do the speed limit, especially these farm market roads. Pay attention to your signs. I got a truck GPS, and I use my Google Maps. I just use common sense. I try to be real vigilant on looking at my signs. Make sure it's not a no truck route. Make sure it's not a weight restricted road. Not going through a subdivision area unless it's a route that is been approved through the well. Like a lot of your wells, when you get your load directions, your load on your app, it gives you a route on how to get there. It doesn't tell you exactly how to get there from the shipper to the well. It gives you like a crossroads, or 2 streets come with crossroads, and it tells you basically turn by turn on, make a left turn here, make a right turn here, go down 5 miles, go down 8 miles, whatever. So you can look at your Google Maps to try to give yourself a look to see what we're expecting to drive through. I got the Google Maps that's set on the satellite settings. That way I can see the terrain. Can't always go by it because Google Maps, it's not, a lot of places are changing, so it might not look exactly what it is on Google Maps, but for the most part, it's pretty darn accurate. Let's see. That's pretty much it. I mean, I'm gonna be making more videos. Like I said, my first time doing YouTube. I'll try to figure out the editing. I'm probably not going to. I just want to show you what the real world life of it. Just trying to let other truckers know that's coming into the industry that are interested in doing something besides doing OTR. There is the oil field. I mean, so you can try it. Like I said, the pay's not bad. 30%. I mean, that's not bad at all. I mean, I've seen companies out there paying 25%, and they start at 30% here, and then they max out at 33%. They say within 90 days, you could be making 33%. Depends on your productivity of your of how you're working. If you're out here working and you're trying to make money for the company and for you, then you can get pay raises and you can max out at 33%, which is 33% is not bad at all for a company driver. Your fuel card, you'll have that. You can buy oil, windshield washer fluid, radiator fluid. You can buy certain stuff that's allowed on your card. CAT scale tickets if you need to. Paperwork, make sure you take care of your paperwork. Learn your app. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Let's see. But I think that's pretty much it. I mean, the motel room, you don't have to share a room with nobody. So it's your own motel room. You get a king size bed, nice motel. They do have continental breakfast in the morning, so that's a plus. That way you get breakfast in the morning, they feed you lunch, and then you're responsible for your dinner. Let's see. And I think that's pretty much it. On my next video, I'm going to give you a truck tour on my truck, the outside, the inside. She's dirty right now, so I've been out here working. You get one truck wash a month, which I thought it'd be more, but after they were explaining it to me, is that why are you going to get your truck washed more than once when you're out here working, going these lease roads? It's dusty, it's muddy, this and that. Now, if you want to pull into a truck stop, I mean called a truck wash that you can get out and spray off yourself, and you want to spend $10 or whatever just knocking off some of the mud and muck and all that right there, just try to make it at least a little presentable, you can. That's on you. But they have a Blue Beacon account. You go over there, and they prefer you to use the Blue Beacon when you're coming in on your home time. That way, if you're having to have your truck worked on, it's clean. The mechanic's not having to climb around a dirty, muddy truck. But yeah, my next video, I'm going to do a truck tour, show you what my truck is. Well, it's like I said, 2019 Peterbilt 389. But I'm going to show you the inside, the outside, stuff like that. And then I'll figure out on how to make other videos. If you got any questions about the company, just leave me a comment. That sounds stupid. Well, it sounds not stupid, but it sounds crazy because, like I said, I've watched videos. I decided to start doing videos because I was watching she's a friend of mine. Well, I think she's a friend of mine. I don't know what she thinks about me. Fabulous Trucker. I've been watching her videos because she's a over-the-road driver, and she started doing videos for rookies, giving an insight on what to expect when you first start working and stuff like that. Wild Beard, I like watching some of his videos. I mean, I'm subscribed to his. I'm subscribed to Fabulous Trucker. let's see who else. I'm trying to think of. There's a couple more people I'm following up on. I'm trying to think of the names. I can't come to my head right now. I'm hungry. I'm about to go get me something to eat. So, but yeah, just if you got a question about the company or whatever, want to find out some information, just leave me a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'm gonna try and make some videos of driving down some of the lease roads, trying to get loaded, stuff like that. Just basically just doing short videos. Like I said, I'm still trying to learn, trying to get advice from different people that I'm subscribed to, watching. But besides that, RJ Truck is my deal, and that was funny because I've been called RJ before. I've been called RJ when I was younger because Ruben Jr. I'm a junior, so RJ. And then once I started my channel, put RJ's Trucking, and then I see they got a trucking company named RJ's Trucking, so I'm like, oh damn. So it was kind of funny. So, but yeah, just if you got a question or whatever, leave me a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Hopefully, make more videos, and y'all take it easy and y'all be safe out there.